Is moonshiners fake? Plus, how do moonshiners not get arrested? Moonshining has long been associated with rebellion, tradition, and the thrill of outwitting authority. The practice of illegally distilling liquor, typically moonshine, a high-proof distilled alcohol, often takes place in remote locations, hidden from prying eyes. The term moonshiner conjures up images of rugged individuals, often in the Appalachian Mountains or rural areas, engaging in clandestine operations under the cover of night. But in today's modern world, where cameras and microphones are everywhere, can such activities still remain secret? And is the popular television show Moonshiners a true representation of these underground operations? Or is it merely a dramatized portrayal for entertainment? In this article, we will delve into the world of moonshining, examining whether moonshiners is real or fake, and explore the mechanics of how modern-day moonshiners avoid getting caught by the authorities. We'll also look at the history of moonshine and its influence on contemporary culture, shedding light on the ongoing appeal of this underground industry. Moonshiners, reality or fiction? One of the most iconic representations of moonshining today is the reality TV series Moonshiners, which airs on the Discovery Channel. The show follows a group of individuals who illegally produce moonshine in the Appalachian region and other areas of the United States. The participants in the show are portrayed as living off the grid, defying government regulations, and producing illicit liquor in hidden, makeshift distilleries. However, questions have arisen about the authenticity of the show. While the participants clearly engage in moonshining activities, many wonder if the show is truly a documentary or if it's scripted or staged for entertainment value. There are a few compelling reasons to believe that Moonshiners is at least partially fake, or at the very least heavily exaggerated for dramatic effect. Legal and safety concerns. It's no secret that moonshining is illegal in the United States. Federal and state laws require distillers to obtain a license before producing alcohol, and producing moonshine without one can lead to severe legal consequences, including hefty fines and imprisonment. For this reason alone, it's highly unlikely that the participants in the show are actually brewing moonshine in the ways they are portrayed. Additionally, moonshining can be incredibly dangerous. Distilling alcohol improperly can result in explosions or toxic fumes. The risk to personal safety, as well as the potential for setting nearby forests or homes on fire, is a significant concern. Considering these risks, it would be difficult for producers of the show to allow real, unregulated moonshining to take place. It's more plausible that some of the activities depicted are simulated or staged to ensure the safety of both the participants and the crew too. Scripted drama. Another reason why many believe Moonshiners is fake is the presence of scripted drama. Like most reality television, there are moments of tension and conflict between the cast members. These moments often feel contrived, and some fans have pointed out that the interactions seem scripted or exaggerated for dramatic effect. While it is true that some aspects of the show are likely exaggerated, it is important to note that reality TV is not necessarily about capturing every real moment. In fact, much of reality television is heavily edited and sometimes even guided by producers to ensure that the final product is engaging and entertaining for the audience. 3. The use of stunt doubles or fake moonshine. Some viewers have pointed out that the moonshine produced on the show may not be real moonshine at all. In some scenes, the liquid used in the stills appears to be a substitute or a stand-in for actual alcohol. It is also plausible that stunt doubles or hired actors are performing some of the riskier parts of the production process. Given the high stakes involved in moonshining, both legally and in terms of safety, It is highly probable that the Moonshiners crew takes precautionary measures to protect both the actors and the production itself. After all, the goal of the show is entertainment, not to encourage illegal or dangerous activities for. Behind the scenes cooperation. There are also rumors that the government is aware of the production of the show, and is even cooperating with the producers to ensure that the portrayal of moonshining does not cross legal boundaries. Some have speculated that the show may even have a level of authorization or oversight from law enforcement, as long as it remains more fictional than factual. While it's unlikely that moonshiners are engaging in illegal activity on camera without the authorities' awareness, it's also important to consider the level of cooperation between reality TV producers and local law enforcement to make the show palatable for the public. How do moonshiners avoid getting arrested? While moonshiners may not be entirely accurate, the question remains: how do actual moonshiners avoid getting caught? The reality is that the process of moonshining has evolved over the years, and moonshiners today employ a variety of methods to stay one step ahead of law enforcement. 1. Remote locations and camouflage. Moonshiners often set up their operations in remote or secluded areas, far from prying eyes. These locations may be deep in forests or on private properties with little to no access from the outside world. By operating in isolated areas, moonshiners reduce the chances of being discovered by law enforcement or the general public. Additionally, many moonshiners take steps to camouflage their stills and distilling equipment. For example, some will bury or hide their equipment underground, or conceal it in thick brush or behind trees to avoid detection from aerial surveillance or patrols on the ground too. Stealth and timing. Moonshiners are often extremely cautious about when and where they produce moonshine. Many operate during the night or in the early morning hours when visibility is low, and fewer people are around to spot them. Stealth is critical to keeping their operations hidden from law enforcement. The production process itself is also carefully timed. Moonshiners are familiar with the patterns of law enforcement in their region and know when to work and when to lay low. This type of careful planning and awareness helps them avoid detection and arrest. 3. Use of technology. In the modern era, moonshiners have incorporated technology into their operations. Some use walkie-talkies or encrypted communication methods to coordinate with others involved in the production process. Others may use drones or other surveillance tools to scout for nearby law enforcement activity, ensuring that they don't get caught off guard. Additionally, some moonshiners may use advanced distilling equipment that is more efficient and harder to detect. For example, modern stills can be designed to be less conspicuous and easier to conceal. For avoiding the sale of moonshine. Moonshiners also avoid arrest by keeping a low profile when it comes to selling their product. One of the main ways they can avoid getting caught is by limiting the distribution of their moonshine to a small, trusted circle of individuals. The sale of large quantities of moonshine could draw attention from authorities, but by selling only small amounts and keeping a tight network of customers, moonshiners significantly reduce the risk of being caught. In some cases, moonshiners may even barter or trade their product in exchange for goods or services, making the transaction less visible to outsiders. This makes it difficult for authorities to track moonshine sales and trace them back to the source. Conclusion: the allure of moonshining. Whether moonshiners is a genuine representation of the moonshine industry or not, one thing is certain: the practice of illegal distillation has a long and rich history that continues to capture the public's imagination. From its origins as a symbol of rebellion against government taxation to its modern-day portrayal in television and film, moonshining remains a fascinating subject. While the actual process of moonshining today is less likely to involve bootleggers running from the law in high-speed car chases, It's clear that the legacy of moonshining persists in both its underground existence and its continued cultural impact. For modern-day moonshiners, evading the authorities is a matter of skill, caution, and innovation. And for viewers, Moonshiners continues to provide a thrilling, if not entirely accurate, glimpse into the world of those who defy the law in the name of tradition, profit, and, perhaps, a bit of rebellious fun. Is Moonshiners fake? Plus, how do Moonshiners not get arrested? The world of moonshining has captivated audiences for decades, with its association with rebellion, hidden distilleries, and a lifestyle that thrives in the shadows of the law. The popular TV show, Moonshiners, has brought this underground culture into the limelight, but it also raises some interesting questions. Is the show real, or is it staged for entertainment? And perhaps more intriguingly, how do moonshiners manage to avoid getting arrested despite engaging in illegal activities? In this article, we'll take a deep dive into the world of moonshining, address whether or not the show Moonshiners is fake, and explore the methods moonshiners use to avoid law enforcement. By the end, you'll have a clearer understanding of both the reality behind the practice and the fictionalized version presented on television. What is moonshining? Before we dive into whether moonshining is fake or not, it's important to understand what moonshining is. Moonshining refers to the illegal distillation of alcohol, usually without paying the required taxes or obtaining the proper licenses the process involves.